Well, and there we go. Everybody, welcome. Welcome. The music is run out and it's time for us to fly. Welcome to Salt Lake City, Utah, where it's a breezy but overall pretty nice day. Temperature's almost 50 degrees here. So into October, that's not half bad. It's been pretty rainy and windy where I live, but looks like the bulk of the storm has passed by this part of the world. So great to have you here. Welcome. It's midweek flight, the return of the midweek flight. Really excited about that, and definitely happy to be doing another end of the month commuter connection. We'll be flying today from Salt Lake City to Bozeman, and if we have a little bit of time, we might even plan a return trip. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe a little more. So we'll just kind of see how we feel when we get up Bozeman way. But I've done a little bit of setup already in the aircraft, and I think I'm ready to just kind of get things, or just keep things rolling here. So hello and welcome. Might notice a little bit of a change in look. I'm trying a few different things out, and yeah, we'll see kind of how it goes. And most of what you're used to is still going to be there. It just might be in a little different spot. So let me know what you think. Let me know how the volume levels are, all that good stuff, and we will make the appropriate adjustments. What am I doing here? I need to flight plan. What do I got here? I've got an old one from the other day, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. We're going Salt Lake. We're gonna depart on the Salt Lake 5 departure. Salt Lake 4, I meant departure. And for us, runway 34 right is going to be our choice. We'll load that guy in there. It's a vector departure. And we'll be heading out to Holter. Okay, there's Holter. And then Bridger. It's the one we want on top there, and do hit the Bozeman VOR. And end up in Bozeman. There we go. Looks like a good flight plan to me. No ATC yet. Holding out hope that we might get a little something. It's a Tuesday, and that's kind of a weird night. And for a center like Salt Lake, it's really, they just don't have the numbers that other ARTCCs have, and so sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't. So we'll hold out hope, like I say, and see what happens. All right, I've got fuel quantities are set. I need to come over here and Valkyrie. Hey, Mr. Valkyrie checking in. Hydraulics are into green, and our cabin altitude, I think we're 30. What did I see a minute ago? 30.05, so just a little over 30. And then the landing altitude, the field altitude, is going to be, it's up there a little ways. Bozeman's up kind of high, and yeah, 44,500. So let me get that spun up there, and right there would be pretty good. And hey, some other guys checking in there as well, and a skull to you as well. And I'm so happy that my shout outs are finally working there. Kenny is present but lurking, doing a chopper flight. Yeah, and I noticed you were also over there at JPC stream, so lurk on, my friend. And Rob, great to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. All right, all that looks good there as far as pressurization, hydraulics, and the like. Power levers, everything is good to go there. We'll just kind of keep it at idle, and then it looks like those condition levers are doing well. Oh, Kenny's going Buffalo to Rochester. Very nice, very nice. Man, you're starting to get some hours in that doggone whirly bird of yours. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, all right, Salt Lake for departure. Let's have a look here. Let me flip over to the info screen. Salt Lake 4 is going to be doing pretty much, I believe, runway heading, and then we're vectored on our way. So yeah, I got to tilt it here, and I got to go all the way around. Yeah, so we're departing to the north, and it looks like we could pick up the Wasatch VOR, but I think what we're going to do instead is we'll probably just go direct our first point. We'll head outbound toward Wasatch, and then we'll vector ourselves to the east, northeast. Yeah, that's all we have there. So top altitude 10,000, and let's see what page 2 says here, just so I can make sure I know what I'm doing. So if we're taking off for runway 34, we climb direct. The Wasatch VOR. Once we get there, we climb on course, and so if you are up to initial altitude 10,000, all right, very good. So be good for us to get that Wasatch VOR tuned in initially, and then we can rock and roll. So let me just find that one more time here, you guys. Apologize for this. Fairfield, can't read sideways. Wasatch 16.8. Okay, I'll put that in there 16.8 so we know what we're climbing toward. And I'm going to put that in nav 2. Don't really need to track it per se. Like we don't need to track it necessarily with our nav, but that will be down here, and we should pick up VOR2 hopefully when it gets active, and then we can just we can use the needle there to head in that general direction. We said 10,000 was the initial altitude. That is set, and 3003, 3005. Got 3005 is the altimeter. Very good, very good. There we go, set once and set twice. Awesome. Heading is just going to be runway heading, so we'll just rough it out there at about 350, somewhere in that neighborhood. I guess maybe it'd be 340. It's right in between, but we'll put it right there, and we'll center it up when we get lined up on the runway. Ha 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 ha. Transponder, we'll set that as well. We're just going to go 2,000. We'll go ahead and turn that on, and we can call up our pushback guy.
Ground to cockpit, where do you want us to put you?
Hey, we got slant pushback today. Oh, I better double check. Where are we at on this field? I think we need to go back. I like so. Kind of come right out in this neighborhood.
Ground to cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
All right. We are ready for engine start. So this is a really weird procedure, and I'd really like to get a little bit of insight on this at some point. But if I'm running with the external power right now, So I'm going to start engine one first. My guess would be that you'd start engine one, then you disconnect the external power, then start engine two, then pushback. Or maybe you only start one engine, you do the pushback, then you start engine two. I don't honestly know. I don't honestly know, but we're going to attempt to do an engine one. I tell you what, we're going to attempt to do an engine one start, and then we'll
All doors and
push,
hatches are
and
closed. We're
then we
connecting now.
will start engine two. Merides is going to be the Rochester Tower. Hey, heck yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. She's a good lady, and that doggone kid of hers is
Switching
a
strap and
cute
adapters
little
are in
fart.
position. Release the brakes when you're ready to push.
All right, well, I think we're just about ready. So we're going to come up here. We need to put the high pressure HP valves on. We need to go ahead and turn off the left and right avionics. We'll leave the essentials on. And I actually think I need to turn the lights armed here as well. What else is cool? We're going to turn the beacon on because we're getting ready to mess around with things. And are ready. Ori, hey man, yep, heading up to Bozeman. We're here in Salt Lake City and heading north, man. I'm at Fox 11 here at Salt Lake City International Airport. All right, let's see if I can remember how to start this thing. How about the propeller area is clear? I love how the propeller windmills in just the regular wind. That's so dang awesome. I am on VATSIM, Ori. Feel free to join, and would love to have you fly along. Nothing but VATSIM or nothing but Unicom tonight, there, Ori. So hop on in, bud. All right, so we need to get these ignition covers off and the ignitions to off, and then I'm going to use that. I've got a hotkey set because it takes like 3 hands to get this thing started. So here we go. We're going to look for 20% here. Coming up. 20. We'll go condition levers to start, and we'll turn the ignition on, and we'll hopefully get it to light. Yeah, it looks like we have. Very good. Well, and engine temps are good. Fuel flow. RPMs are coming up. The ITTs are going to temp out at what here? About 860 or so. That'll work. That's a good start on number 1. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to turn the external power off. Well, actually, let's make sure we're making good gen power on this side here. And we are not yet. Let's reset that guy. There we go. That gen's reset. So I should, in theory, I should be able to push back now. I need to go ahead over here to the side menu and remove the GPU. Very good. We turn the ground steering on, the nose wheel steering. Just do a real quick check of the instruments. They all appear to be working like they should, and we'll try our very first ever single engine pushback. And I think technically we could have, well, no, we can't. We couldn't have pushed back with just battery
Okay, we're pushing her back now.
because we didn't have any. You don't have any 8 HP. You don't have any air going through, so we need that HP. Yeah, shoot, I think this is just crazy enough to work, and then we'll let that pushback worker kind of get clear of everything, and should be we should be good to go.
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, holy moly! We've already gotten a scriber here.
A scribe.
We've got not only an ascriber, but we have a gift subscription. Thank you so much there. It's our friend 4-Day for Me coming in with a gift ascription to, let's see, just, DCM 260. All right, Dan, thank you so much. Skull to you, my friend, and great to see you. All right, we're getting close to where we need to be. I think I will just pop back in here real quick.
Operations complete. Set the brakes.
Brakes are set.
Stand by. We're disconnecting the tow now.
And
Say,
there's 4-Day for thee, as the junior first officer would say, man. You guys are the best. You are the best. All right, hand signals are expected on the right-hand side there, Mr. Slant Pushback. I'm going to put some lighting on because I am expecting it to get a little bit dark. It's right at that time of night that just like the perfect time, I think, to fly. Like you're going to hit a little bit of beautiful night lighting and sunset over the mountains and all that good stuff. So, all right, so that looks good. It's time to start engine number 2. He's away. So let's go ahead and finish off things here. Spin that up to 20%. Condition lever to ground idle, or to start, I guess I should say. And then ignition on. That turned off. I can hear it spinning up. Here indicates that we're in good shape. Good fuel flow, oil pressure. Temps are good. RPMs are gonna be in the green. And we're temping out. We're about 875-ish, 877 there. Okay, very good. Got to get this generator reset. And I think we're getting pretty doggone close there. It's Smitty! Well, because Jay Schmitty, a while back, the Better Pushback guy did a bunch of like recordings of famous celebrities, and Slant Alpha was one of the guys. So if you get the updated version of Better Pushback, it comes with all kinds of guys that you're going to recognize. Like it's John Fly and let's see who else, Cat Strader, I think, and I mean there's a bunch of them. So, but Slant Alpha, our one and only Slant Alpha, is a guy that you get every now and again. Slant Pushback, we like to say. So that's pretty doggone cool. All right, after start checklist, we need to go auto coursing coming on. Air conditioning, we're going to go ahead and turn the recircs on. How's our temperature doing right now? It's a little chilly, honestly. If I'm being honest, let's warm it up a little bit here. That's like 10 degrees inside here. Holy moly, that's not good. That's not good. Emergency lights, we did arm those already. Windshield heats coming on. Well, we did test flight last night. I ran into some serious icing conditions. It was a little scary, but we managed to get through it okay, so that was kind of cool. But I needed to, all this anti-icing stuff, man, was on full go. It was nasty.
Traffic Air Canada 1368 Heavy landing up and departing runway 34 IFR and the Rugged 2 departure to the north, Salt Lake City.
All right, there's somebody heading out. That's where we're going. Avionics are coming back on. Fuel used should be reset, and I don't know if I honestly remember how to do that. Oh, it's already reset over here. All right, never mind. Never mind. One thing we may have to do is, depending on, we're not too far out of balance. Actually, it doesn't even look like we're that far out of balance at all. Did we keep our flight plan? I'm always a little bit worried about that. And yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, I'm going to bring the condition levers slowly forward as you'll see our torque numbers kind of really increase, and there's some temperature spikes and things that go if you push it too far forward too fast. There's into the beta range, and there's a little bit of a spike, and that's kind of what you expect. And then you can just push it full forward to max. There's a little bit more range if you needed to for max takeoff, but we're going to leave it about right there. I think that'll be pretty good for us. And we need flaps. We need flaps. We're going flap 7 for takeoff here this afternoon. Flap 7, we're going to go. Got to get our trim set here as well. They're all looking pretty good, honestly. Everything's pretty well centered up. Yep, that all looks good. That all looks good. Actually, I think we're a flaps 15 takeoff, so we're going to go 2 notches of flaps. With our current weight, we're looking at I believe a VR of about 105, and then we're always shooting to climb out of here with this plane at approximately 160 initially, and then continuous climb is going to be right around 180 or so. So I am gonna, let's see, if I arm the IAS, I'm gonna see if that does to me. Yeah, that's right, that resets that. So we'll set that initially 105. And actually, yeah, set that 105, and then we're shooting like 160 and then 180 on the continuous climb after we get everything pretty well configured. Weather radar, which I don't believe works in this plane, but we'll turn it on. And what else do we have here? We're just about ready to go. Transponder is on. Taxi lights can come on. Taxi briefing is pretty simple. We're just going to follow the yellow brick road in the direction that we're pointed right now down to the end to runway 4 right. Ori's loading up in the King Air. Very, very nice, my friend. That is a wonderful aircraft. Love that aircraft. All right, let's see if we've got anybody coming this way. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're clear there. Let's do it. Head over this way a little bit, get on the taxiway. This is Alpha. No, this is Hotel we're heading towards. Alright, we're on the stripe now. Lots to talk about today. I've been thinking about this flight pretty much all afternoon. Haven't been very productive. Downwind sim. Skull, my friend. Things are going well, and I'm gonna just try to wrestle this dadgum Saab up into the air if I'm able. And Mr. Big City VR guy, I'm so glad you checked in. This is the one automatic welcome that I had forgotten about that I remember initially when I created it. I was really excited. So, Mr. Big City VR guy. A lot to talk about. But before Downwind Sim interrupted me, that's what I was going to tell you. We have a lot to talk about tonight, and I'm really excited. I was not super productive this afternoon because I was thinking about all the different things that I need to go over with everyone. And I was in full-on teacher mode. We have this to review, and this to review, and this to review, and we got some deadlines coming up. So we'll talk about all that stuff when we get airborne. But for now, we're just going to enjoy watching me struggle in the attempt to properly depart in this aircraft. We'll get down here at the end, and we've got a little bit of work to do before we're ready to hop on the runway.
Likely traffic, Air Canada 1368 Heavy, climbing out at 12,700, departing the airspace on North Rocket 2, departure, final call, Salt Lake City.
Have a good flight.
Thanks, you too.
That's a good comm check. All right, we'll come up here and just kind of I think we're mostly out of the way. Got an area. It will just kind of loop around this spot here, and then we'll be able to get out of the way. It's a fun one, and Downwind Sim can appreciate the Saab because he and I have spent some time in this virtual aircraft, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, and it is of course closely, well, I shouldn't say closely, but it is related, the same category of one of the topics that I'm sure you figured I was going to talk about tonight. I'm going to just get over here on the side, and just in case somebody's behind me, it's not exactly a run-up that I'm going to be doing, but there's some configuration that I need to do. Let's use the beta to get us stopped just because we can. I wonder. I wonder. Okay, let me get the, I'm just going to keep my toes on the brakes here. So we need to get this CTOT configured, and the controlled thrust on takeoff. So we're going to just test it out. We're going to arm it and check it. There's 3 and 4. We should see a little bit of a temperature spike, a little torque adjustment, a little a little something something. Okay, those both worked, so that looks good. Turn those back off and spin this guy up to 108. Why 108, you ask? Well, if you really want to know, buy the plane. Al South MIA. It is so good to see you, my friend. Chet Pilot Cinnamon, Michael Sonante as well. Skull, you guys. Hope you're well. Happy Tuesday. And all right, 108. No, seriously, the short answer to that is that's what the manual says. It's dependent on temperature and weight and all that good stuff. But the funny thing is, like 90% of the time, a CTOT of 108 will get you where you need to be. So yeah, if you're ever flying this plane, that's kind of what you'll be in the ballpark if you set that right there, and you'll be in good shape. All right, I've got to get the transponder now turned to ALT mode. I've got to go ahead and get my external lights ready. Landing lights are on. Nav lights, strobes are on. And shoota, I think we're good here. Salt Lake traffic, United 816 is lining up 3-4 right, Salt Lake traffic. Sure nobody's snuck in beside us here. I haven't heard anybody on the call for taxi. Of course, we didn't make a call for taxi either, so you never know. You never know. I think we're going to take this little spot right here. If we go all the way down, that's kind of for the big heavies, so they can really get lined up a little bit easier. So we're going to take this intersection departure here, Hotel 2. Salt Lake traffic, United 816 is departing runway 34 right. Be straight out northbound departure initially, then a right-hand turn eastbound. United 816 Salt Lake traffic. Is that a star T? What? Hold on for a second, Al South. You're blocked. You're blocked. Final is clear. Runway is clear. Go. Go forward. Out of beta until the auto course and arms. And we're getting why are we getting a configuration alert? What's going on here? It's happened to me every now and again. I think it's a false alarm. I'll be honest with you. Good power, everything is good. There's VR. Up and away. Positive right gear coming up. We'll look at that a little bit more closely. That hasn't happened to me in a while. But yeah, when I researched it last time it happened, it was a false indication. So I don't know. But I'll have to check my notes on that again. Alright, so the CTOTs are doing their thing. We're going to come flaps 8. Looking for that 160 as the initial climb out. Right there. We're on heading here, and not yet picked up the Wasatch VOR. 160. The autopilot on. Bit of a harsh capture there, but I think we're doing okay. 16.8. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do this instead, just for the time being. Let's see how close we are. Oh, geez, Louise. Oh, geez, Louise. All we're trying to do is just track this initially here for the first little bit, and we're already past it. So there's that. All right, well, we didn't do a very good job of flying that initial departure, but I'm going to just turn roughly towards it. Essentially, what we would be given here is just clearance up to our cruise, which is 200. So I'm going to do that first, and then we'll vector ourselves toward our first waypoint, 2000. The other thing I'm going to do before I get any farther is I'm going to pull back my RPMs. 1300 on the RPMs. We leave the thrust levers right where they're at because we're making 108% because of the CTOT. Alright. We are on heading mode, so it doesn't matter. We can change that back to GPS. Yep, we're flying the magenta today. There's enough to do in this doggone plane that I don't mind. I don't feel guilty. Alright, there's Holter. We're going to make their turn. We're going to come up here. We're going to nav mode. And I have flown this. This actually is a really nice plane to fly VOR to VOR. But tonight, with me not being in the plane all that much recently, I thought, yeah, we'll try to keep it. We'll try to eliminate some variables there. But I definitely have to look into that that configuration. And I know exactly what it is because I remember last time it happened. It was just right over here as a configuration setup. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I didn't have takeoff inhibit on. That's exactly that's all it was. I didn't have the takeoff inhibitor selected. So yeah, no big deal. Just about blew the engine up, but yeah, no big deal. Is that a Star Trek uniform I'm wearing? It does kind of look like that, doesn't it, Al? No, this is a University of Wyoming hoodie. And I'm cold, man. It was cold here. It does look like I'm, yeah, janitor level 3. Make it so, number 1. All right. Historian and comedian, that is correct. All South MIA.
Salt Lake traffic, November 211 Oscar Delta, taxiing from stand F11 to hold short on 23 right.
I believe that is our friend original, the original Darkwind, which he is in the he's in the King Air chasing us, and he'll be just about the same speed as we are, if not maybe a little faster, to be honest with you. This is not a fast aircraft, and so that'll be cool though. Like I said, about an hour and a half up to Bozeman. Should be very scenic. A little flyby. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, a little crabby. Little crabby. Oh, goodness sakes. That could be a thumbnail right there. Let's grab that sucker. Man, do I love enhanced skyscapes, and they just had an update. And they've made it even better. And it's an absolute steal at $15. I am telling you what, I don't buy a lot of this stuff, but this is the first thing that reminds me of the ENV suite that I had in P3D that made the clouds and the ground haze and everything just looks so super realistic. So very, very happy with what we're getting out of this particular plugin. All right, so away we go, and I mean, it's for the most part, it's like a straight shot north, you guys. I mean, it's really not much zigging and zagging here. It's shockingly simple. And if you're following me, if you're tracking me on Volanta or something like that, yeah, you're going to be amazed at the ease at which, I mean, point you north, and if you get to Canada, you've gone too far type of deal. Here's 180. Go ahead and go standard. 2992. And we're going to checklist. We're going to check a checklist here, I should say. So we can turn the auto coursing off at this point in time. We do need to spin the CTOT down, and we need to keep an eye on torque and all that good stuff here. Things will drop a little bit as the CTOT gets dialed back. And we want to just keep, essentially we just want to keep the torque pretty close to where it is. As you can see, it's slowly dialing back. I'll adjust the throttles here as we get all the way back. Yep, that looks good. Oh, geez, I was supposed to turn that off first. Okay, those are off. Yep, so I need to lost quite a bit of torque there. So let's just adjust that. I like, once the CTOT comes off, I like to put it just at the top of the green arc there for engine RPMs, and we're already at cruise altitude. So nice and cool day, man. We really had some good climb power. Oh, you know what else I forgot to do? This is why we got up so quickly. Continuous climb is what I was looking for. I should have bopped that sucker up to 180, but that's okay. I mean, 160, 150 to 160 is okay as well. We did fine. Lot to remember in this doggone plane as you're getting up to cruise, but we're just about there, and we'll finish out our after takeoff and climb checklist. We do need to also put the prop sync on here, and of course that prop sync, as you guys all know, is in a perfect little spot right there behind the flaps lever. So we got the prop sync on. Ice protection not needed. Autopilot pressurization, everything looks good. Let's check our pressurization, just make sure everything looks like it's good there. Differential of 5.7 I think is good. Yep, a max of 7.5 is what we're allowed. And altimeter is set through 18,000, so that's our climb, our after takeoff and climb checklist completed. Now at cruise, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to 1330 on the prop RPMs, so about right there-ish. We're going to adjust the torque again, just engine power just to the bottom of the red arc, and we're going to go ahead and set the friction lock for both the condition lever and the power lever, so I don't bump it on accident when I'm reaching for my Diet Dr. Pepper or something like that. And then the next item on the checklist is to check the chat here. By the way, just found a new way to have fun in the Cessna 172 by practicing holds without the autopilot or GPS. Oh heck yeah, Al South. How are you doing? How's that little oval? How's that little football field looking for you when you're all said and done? Uncontrolled IFR is squawking 2000. Yeah, I mean, basically, Ori, I think you can put whatever you want in there, but generally, I think you're supposed to put in 2000, so if somebody picks you up, they know that you've not been assigned anything. But that is right, it is hard, yeah. I need to show you, I flew just a beautiful DME arc the other day, but I screwed it up. At the end of the day, I really screwed it up, so... Alright, so do we have, yeah, flaps are up, gear is up, confirmed up. We're all cleaned up there. Everything's in the green. Life is beautiful here, and we're coming up on our next, actually be our first waypoint here in 66-ish miles. It's Holter. It's Holter. Alright, here's some of the instructions from the PPL test. Hold west of the 15 DME fix on the 090 radial. ABC Vortac, yeah, 5 mile legs, left turn. 5 mile legs, really? I didn't realize they were that long. 5 mile legs in a 172. That's a pretty good leg. But yeah, good for you, Al South. I mean, that's doing that stuff by hand, man. Some of those pilots really make it look easy. Okay. Oh, you can shorten it too. See, I guess I thought that was kind of that the 1 minute thing was like standard, but I don't hold very much anymore. I remember when I was flying the PMDG 737, that was like that was the highlight of my 737 career when I could execute a hold as requested on a Friday night ops. Remember when I learned how to do that, I was so happy with myself. Those were the days. All right, so let me see here. A couple things, I guess, to talk about. I know I said I had a lot to talk about. Really, I don't have a lot to talk about. I have a couple things I want to talk about. Number one, I want to talk about the month of October and how awesome it has been in the world of X-Plane for add-ons. Holy cow. Felis 747-200, the Tolus, I'm sorry, I got a sneeze coming. Tolus A340, and then pretty soon I think we're going to get that FlyJSim -8. Hey, Lee Meadowline is here. Still never have gotten a hold. One day. Yeah. I know, isn't it funny, Lee, that I was like excited about that? You know, I practiced it. I spent time learning how to do it, and what if they want it to be a right hand turn versus a left hand turn, and oh man, I was so happy when I was able to do that, because it's like a lot of pressure when you got when you have 6 planes in a hold at your position and you want to make sure you do it right, but yeah, I'll try to pull some strings for you, Lee. Well, heck, Lee, you're like the controller guy, man. You should just tell your buddies when you're flying into a spot, hey, toss me a hold here at this fix. But what I want to know from you guys is has there been a better month to be an X-Plane user in terms of add-ons that have come out? I mean, I can't think of one where there's been more really super like not sorry, I'll go LeBron James. Not one, not two. Now, there's been 3 potentially. The Q4XP's not out yet, but with all these guys pre-streaming it, it's going to be here in the next day or two. Has there been a month like this where you've had 3 just really high quality aircraft add-ons come out before an X-Plane? I don't remember there being one. I don't. And I'm just super curious to hear your thoughts. I know we've had some conversation in my Discord about like which one is the one, is like if you only could get one, which is the one to get, and the merits of all of them. So I guess I'm curious to hear your thoughts about all 3 right now. The three biggins, the A340 that just came out yesterday, right? Yesterday. The 747-200, which has been out a little bit longer, and then that Q4XP. What's the one you're dying to pick up? What's the next thing on your list once you get a little spare cabbage? I think you all know like what I've been advertising. I've been holding off. It's been really hard. I think that 747, that classic 747, man, what an awesome plane, beautiful plane, historic plane, iconic plane. It's been really hard not to pick that up, but I've been holding out for that -8, and I really have no reason why other than it's just a cool turboprop, and I'm a sucker for turboprops, I guess. So really looking forward to adding that to the fleet. Al South is holding out for X-Plane 12. No more spending on X-Plane 11. Yep. If you're going to pick up that 747-200. However, the side panel is scary. if a guy as smart as you'd pick up that engineer's panel in no time, man. The one that surprised me a little bit in the three has been the A340, and I kind of looked at it when it was first being developed, and the fact that it was tollless, I'm like, all right, that's cool. That gives it some credibility, and definitely I'm interested in that regard. Um, but I think the more I look at that plane and learn about the history of it, the more interesting it becomes, because it's definitely not as well known as the 747, but it's like, I think the fact that it's a little more rare than that almost makes me a little more interested. I don't know. It's weird. It's very, very weird. Out south, I have to admit, not a fan of Airbus, and I didn't used to be. Had it not been for the Anybuilds A300, which turned into the A310 for me, I bought both. I don't know that I would have been that interested either. Yeah, I don't know. Lee's saying enhanced sky thing changed the game for me. Now I get on Microsoft Flight Sim and think it looks worse. One thing it has over X-Plane now is better visual navigation. Yeah, no. Oh, the only thing it has, yeah. I think the ground texture is right, Lee. Like if you're landing on a grass field, it looks like grass, and that's the thing, that the closer to the ground you get, the better Microsoft Flight Sim is, honestly. And the other thing about Microsoft Flight Sim that it has over X-Plane is worldwide uh, programmetry. Worldwide ortho. Essentially, you don't have to load it. You don't have to cook it and save it and have 29 external hard drives and all that good stuff. So those two things right now are definitely leaning in the favor of Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, this is my primary sim, and I think when X-Plane Next Gen or X-Plane 12, whatever it is, comes out, I think it's really going to solidify this sim for me. Although I have enjoyed my time on Microsoft Flight Sim, and I've picked up a few planes. I got that new Milviz PC6, and I've had a lot of fun buzzing around on it. I haven't opened it since the update. I heard it was a little bit wonky, but I did see that Milviz sent me a link that updated it. So read my mind, Iowa Scotsman. Great to see you, sir. Skull. Happy Tuesday. But yeah, I'm excited for the Dash 8. I was lucky enough to fly in one a few years back. I flew from Oklahoma City up to Denver in one, and wow, what a plane! What a plane! Just a little tiny sucker inside, loud as all get out. The landing gear, when it retracts and extends, it's noisy, and I sat pretty much right behind right under the wing, right by the engine, right where the landing gear is. Oh my goodness gracious! It was just a full buffet of sound, and just so much fun. Tons of power. I mean, it just scoots. And it was my one flight in it, I'm like, oh yeah, if I ever had a chance, I'm back in this sucker. So the fact that there's one coming, and from FlyJ Sim, really, ever since I heard about that, that's been circled on my calendar. So hoping, fingers crossed, I'll be able to pick one up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get one right away on the release date, but I'm hoping that maybe it'll be like a Merry Christmas to me type of deal. They did slightly increase the draw distance in Microsoft Flight Sim this update. Oh, okay. About 1.5 nautical miles. Hope it gets back to pre-System 5 numbers eventually, so VFR flight is more possible. Yeah. Well, that's both sims, right, are not very good in that regard. Like, you really have to be like you need some serious superpowers if you're going to do VFR flying and look around. But yeah, positives on both. And again, if nothing else, Lee, it's competition. I think Microsoft Flight Sim got Austin and his team off their butts a little bit and got them moving forward, which I think is a good thing. And I don't know what P3D is doing. I've fallen away kind of from that group, and hopefully they're also working, because that was a great platform. I enjoyed my time over in P3D. Still miss some of the aircraft I have from the P3D days. I forgot to turn off my landing and taxi lights. Next plane's, I think it's too much. I can zoom in. Oh yeah. Well, and again, it just depends on like the equipment that you have, right? You know, some people can zoom in a certain amount of ways, and other people can zoom in a little bit further. And you know, so it just depends on the equipment you have on board. Like maybe perhaps you happen to have a stream sponsor like Downwind Sim Binoculars, the best optics in flight sim. Well, then you can really zoom in. But yeah, no, you're you're 100% correct there, Mr. Meadow Lion. Like give me something in between, right? Like it's one thing if you were leaning over, right? You kind of get like a little bit of that. That's probably pretty good. But yeah, I shouldn't be able to zoom in on the dude that's hiking down the mountain, right? That's like I shouldn't see that. Yes, I concur. So we've got one vote for the 747-200 from Al Dominguez. What are the rest of you rascals thinking? Again, not that I'm committing you to anything, but of the three, what's the one? What's the one to go to and why? Al's going to buy the 747-200 when it comes out for X-Plane 12 because he hates Airbus. You heard it here first, right? No, I'm just kidding, Al. Boy, I've got fingers crossed that the X-Plane 11 aircraft that I have transition over to X-Plane 12. Ori's the Dash 8, yeah, with Golden Knights livery. Oh yeah, I heard about that Golden Knights livery. They claim it will. Yeah, I hope so. I think it's been, the history of X-Plane has been pretty good about that. Like about the only thing that happens sometimes is they just stop being developed, right? But that's okay too. There's a lot of X-Plane 10 planes out there that are still perfectly good in X-Plane 11. They're just a little dated. They're not getting supported anymore. Iowa Scotsman's another Q4 XP guy. That's definitely where I'm going for sure. Oh, we're just about to, I think our first waypoint here. Yeah, Holter, about another 18 miles, 5 minutes or so. Again, we're not making super duper time here, you guys. I mean, we're only doing just about 175 at 20,000 feet. That's about what we get. Even for us, though, this is a little bit slow. True airspeed of 240, ground speed of 212. We're fighting a little bit of a kind of a quartering headwind here, so that's kind of what's happening there. I mean, I could push a little. I think technically you're okay to go, you know, slightly over on RPMs, but for some reason that just doesn't quite feel right to me. I like to just keep it right in the green, just to not mess with, you know, any of the major engine failures that leading edge sim will toss at you here. Or he's climbing up to 260. Yep, and I think honestly, I think you're going to be a little faster than me, Ori, so you'll probably pass me by. So we go, I think we go Holman, and then I think we're the next waypoint now we have Bridger. So pretty good 202 nautical mile leg coming up. Starting to get some late day sun. That's pretty awesome. They fly right over. This might be the Jackson Hole area. Can't tell. I wasn't paying attention. Hard to tell with the clouds. No, this is not. We're not quite far enough to the east. Let's see, Holman is where? What's the town here that we have? Bear Lake. So Jackson Hole's not too far away, honestly, but it'll be coming up. Actually, be coming up. Sea Tetons will be coming up in here at about our 1 o'clock or so. Yep, 11816 is what I am, Ori. United 11816. Oh, no. Sorry, United 816. I tried to combine my November 11816 with my United 816. Yep. Hey, so the Junior First Officer bot has reminded you that on the 13th of November, coming up at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, we're going to be doing our 500 follower festival. I hope you can join me. That's a Saturday. We're doing it in the afternoon so we can maybe get some of our friends from overseas to join us. I am going to be giving away 2 gift cards, 2 $25 gift cards to the org store. And I'm still soliciting, by the way, routes and aircraft combinations. So if you have any suggestions, then let me know here in the chat and I'll add those to the list. I'm just going to let Google random number generator pick the route and aircraft combination for me. Dan's going to go with the Boeing. He's going to go with that 747 Classic. I don't think it's going to be too long before I get that one as well. I mean, I think I'm going to grab that Dash 8 first, unless everything that I watch in the next day or two just looks like it's a hunk of junk, which I would be absolutely shocked if it was coming from FlyJSim. But once I get that, then maybe later on, there'll be some spring sales possibly, and I'm way ahead of you, Ori saying. I wonder if I can see you on Volanta map. There you are. Yep, I think that's you, my friend. Yep, Beach King Air 200. Yeah, not too bad. Like I say, you'll catch up to me. Let's add a flight plan while we're here from FatSim. Fat Simulations Network. Yep, you can see straight up to Bridger and then over to Bozeman. And we will decide. Yeah, there's Jackson Hole coming up on our, like I say, just about off our nose with the crab. So, what other friends do we have flying? Let's go ahead and stock them a little bit here. We got Gary, or Jerry, that's cruising over the UK. Haha, very nice, very nice. And then this is our friend Black Fox, and he's on a 14-day flight streak. Very nice. That deserves a toast there. Black Fox, wherever you are. Well, we know where he's at. He's in Canada. It says so right here. There he is. He's heading over to. He loves flying up here, north of the Arctic Circle. Man, he loves it up here. Trying to remember how we show all of his flights. There was a way to show. I don't remember. Way you can click on him. I don't remember, but like he just has the entire country of Canada lit up, man. It's awesome. Awesome. Oh, maybe we got somebody else flying with us here. We've got a. Oh no, that's Ori. He's showing up twice here now because he just turned Volanta on. Cool. Very cool. listening. First of all, welcome. Skol and happy Tuesday. Pondering grabbing the TBM 900. That's that hot start TBM 900. It looks pretty nice because it is very, very nice. Hey, poor day for me. Just coming in with the tier 1 sub himself. And thank you so much, Dan. That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys really saved your money. I appreciate it. I'm going to give it right back to you anyway, but thank you so much. It means a ton. It means a ton. 12 months. Dude, that's awesome, man. It's awesome. You've almost got me out of my high quality H2O. It is a Tuesday, so no ale in the ale horn tonight, guys. Just my usual water, but don't tell anybody. But make everybody think I'm drinking ale. No, those days of the Tuesday beer drinking are few and far between anymore. Makes Wednesday's tough enough, man. 1 year hype. That's right, Bliss. Oh, so another thing I wanted to talk about a little bit here is since 4-day for me and has not only done a resub himself, but he's gifted a sub, is access to some new emotes. So everybody here knows the classics that I've already had out there. You know, the barking dog emote that was so nicely done for me. Kenny Monster, my friend Kenny Monster, talked a young artist named Keela, who you might run into over on 757 Spy stream. She made that for me in honor of my dogs that bark all the time. So, you know, if you hear the dogs barking, you can toss those out there. The other one I just added not too long ago, I'm sure you've also seen that. It's the ale horn. And yeah, if you just want to throw somebody a cheers, you can utilize that. But I did one today based on some recommendations from Kenny Monster, as well as a couple of other friends, Them's My Shoes and Good Fixins. I had an open spot for another emote, and I decided to make this one here. And I don't know if people are going to see what it is or not, or if it just is going to look kind of weird and be sort of abstract and too abstract. So I'm tossing that out there. I want to see if anybody knows what that represents there. That symbol. No, it's not the artist formerly known as Prince. I just made it today, and spoiler alert: I'm not a professional graphic artist. So let me know if you kind of think you know what that represents, even if you're just taking a guess, and then I'll tell you what it's supposed to mean, and I'll continue to fine tune it if I need to. But my emotes, I'm going to work on my emotes, because right now I've got a couple emotes that I'm going to be honest with you, they really don't. Like the first one here was supposed to be like a junior first officer. If you notice him running around in the background like he used to, you toss that out there. But that's less and less anymore. So that's really kind of an emote that's not needed anymore. And then the other one with him and I kind of acting surprised, that's supposed to be that, like if we're in trouble. But again, I don't know that it really translates to what I thought it would. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna be getting rid of those two emotes and moving upward and onward into something different. The one of him, by the way, is a tier 2 emote, and I do have a tier 3 emote in case anybody's ever crazy enough to be a tier 3 subscriber. It's my eagle. It's a purple eagle, and that one, of course, is just sort of my mascot, my emblem, my connection to my connection to all things holy, I guess. If you would. No clue what the red one is. Yeah. So what the red one is, ooh, just got a little sky change here. Well, let me leave it up there a little bit for people to look at. And again, it's so hard to see to tell if things will translate, if they'll translate to those little tiny emotes. So Lee's voting no clue. I'm thinking everybody else is the same because no one said anything. Looks like partly a music note, letter F, airplane tail, and a rune of some kind. Well, you're actually not far off. The letter F is a part of that, or supposed to be a part of that. It does look like a musical note, but that's purely coincidental. But I actually think it looks like a musical note as well. Not really supposed to be an airplane tail per se. Yeah, it's. I'll give you another minute or so. We've got some time. We've got some time. Make your guesses here. We've got 50 minutes and 55 seconds to bridger, so we're in great shape here. Yeah, I think I had a little different version of it about midway through the day last night, or midway through the day today, as I was taking a little break and eating lunch, and then I kept tweaking. Twerking? No, I didn't keep twerking. That's a Miley Cyrus thing. I kept tweaking it, and I think I overdid it. I think I went too far. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up here and kind of show you the concept here. Can I pick the version history? Yes, I can. All right. All right. So it's going to be a little bit of a giveaway when I pull it over, but I'll give everybody a chance to make a guess if they want to. Al Sal says there's a cool site for tracking real-time aircraft using the ADS-B. Ooh, that's different from FlightAware. The ADS-B exchange. Oh, I'm so going there, buddy. Update location. A butt of course. I don't think I need to have. Does it need to know where I'm at? Ah, why not? There's me. Cool. There's a November 90 HG. What is that? It's a Beach 19. Oh, that guy's coming in from Casper or something, or maybe he's going to Salt Lake City. There's a big dog. WestJet. What is this? 737-800. Ah, very cool. Wow, that's neat, Al. That's way cool, dude. It even breaks it up by. There's a Cessna 208. There's a Caravan. Gives you a different. There's a Beach 1900. Oh, that's a BE9L. So is that a King Air? King Air 90? I wonder if that is. I wonder if that's might be our medevac. We have a King Air. It's a C90, so I don't know if that is. That's really neat. I could see myself spending a lot of time looking at that. That's really cool. Lots of planes. Isn't it crazy? I mean, like legit in the world, man. There's just so many aircraft. You don't even realize how crazy crowded the skies are. What a great share, Al. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, okay. Anybody oh man, look out. We're in the soup here. Let's get some anti-icing on here. Prop ice will come on. And JPC coming in with the raid party of 6. We've got some seats ready for you there. JPC, thank you, man.
Hello.
Titanium Druid. All right, now we've got ourselves a party. I'm going to have to refill my ale horn here. I think I'm giving it away. I'm just doing a little bit of water tonight. Whoa. All right, so here we go. You just came here just in time to talk emotes. because I'm redoing some emotes. How good does that look? I mean, come on. That's just clouds like you just don't get in X-Plane normally. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. High quality H2O indeed, Titanium Druid. I know it ruins my street credibility a little bit when people find out I don't always have ale in my ale horn, but it's okay. All right, so here we go. Again, for those of you just coming in, is that X-Plane 12? It is not Downwind Simulations, you smarty pants. The question is this: I have a new emote, and I'm on the beta team, as the Europeans say.
Fixie.
Hey, Fixie! What is this? A continuum stream? No, but I love when that dude flies the Saab. Brett, good to see you, man. And Brett actually was one that gave me some feedback on this. What the heck? Jet Pilot Cinnamon. Dude. Dude. You guys, like I say, you're too kind. Save your money. I'm just going to give it back to you anyway. So, but I appreciate it. JPC, thank you, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar. And how does the rest of it go? Your intelligence is only superseded by your good looks. So gift sub to good fixins, to Titanium Druid, to Complete Freedom, to J Drums, and who did I miss? I missed somebody else there, but Scotty Bob. I feel like I need to drink the entire ale horn, but I'm on this new nutrition plan that is like 8 glasses of water a day type of deal. And so, like, I am seriously hydrated. So, but I appreciate it so much, Mike. JPC, for those of you who don't know. Oh, and Titanium Druid gives a gift sub to Downwind Sim. Got it, 20 gift subs in the channel, TD. Holy cow. Oh, Hype Train. You guys messed around and got a Hype Train going. So I was about to talk about Jet Pilot Cinnamon, who has stepped in and served as a sort of one of many unofficial CFIs. I know you're not supposed to say that because you get in trouble legally, but one of the very first guys that was a real world pilot that ever reached out to me and offered to help me out with what I was doing in a sim was Mike Sonante, and the dude is as busy as all get out, and yet he has taken many opportunities to just take an extra time with me many times to just walk through procedures and, hey, here's tips on how you should do this and that, and just giving me really great feedback. So anything I do correctly in a sim is probably related to something I've learned from him. So anyway, I greatly appreciate your generosity and your friendship, and thank you so much. He also, by the way, is the founder of the Virtual USA Flying Club, and computer flight instructor. That's exactly right, TD. So anyway, we've got an event coming up on Thursday. You're going to want to go check it out if you're not already a part of the Virtual USA Flying Club. Make sure you take a peek. The advertisement. Oh, there, JPC just tossed it out there, but the advertisement comes around every once in a while. Anyway, go to our Discord. That's the best way to get connected with us. We'll get you hooked up with the best, the strongest, the number one. I'm calling it right now. It's over. The competition's over. The number one general aviation group in VATSIM, hands down. I don't know any other GA group that hosts 3 to 4 events per month that are general aviation events like we do. And then we'll team up, we'll partner up with other VATSIM events that are going on. I don't know of any other GA VATSIM groups that actually have ATC areas reach out to them to host events because they want some GA traffic and they want practice. That's all stuff that Mike has done. And what a fantastic resource he's been. And yeah, it's been a great ride there. So anyway, top to bottom, thank you, thank you. And then Titanium Druid, I don't know anybody more generous than you, my dude. You just not only, I mean, the gift subs are one thing, but you just always come in and add so much positivity. I think that's what I had on your welcome message, which I finally was able to get to work. Is that right there that you know, you just bring positive energy every time you come into my stream. So thank you guys. Yeah, styling profile limousine riding. I need to copy that down, TD, because that could be our new slogan. I need. Uh, all right. So anyway, back to the original topic because I am getting close to where I need to start thinking about descent planning here. Yeah, 142 miles. So I did a new emote, and nobody can tell what the red, white, and blue emote is right now. So I'm just gonna show you kind of what I had in mind here, and you guys can tell me what you think. And you're not gonna hurt my feelings at all. But this is the emote and what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so what it represents, it's supposed to be a J with an F and an O. So it's supposed to be the junior first officer. It's going to be the replacement for the junior first officer. But I added on a couple of ideas because I had some really good feedback when I asked about this last night. I'm like, hey, what should I do? And somebody said, I don't know if it was Good Fixins or if it was Kitty Monster or if it was, it might have been Them's My Shoes, said, be cool if you could somehow work in an eagle's wing or something into it. Well, I don't have that kind of skill. So like this is literally done on Google Drawing. So that's what these little triangular shapes are supposed to represent our wings, eagle's wings. But anyway, I think I overdid it slightly. So I'm gonna pop into a version history here of where I had this sucker like at about 12:40 today. So yeah, let me see what this looks like. Oh, that was when I first started. So wait a second, where are we now? Okay, this is a little closer. Yeah, so let me restore this version real fast. So this is what I kind of started with. And I'm wondering if that's not maybe like a little cleaner design that would maybe look a little bit better as an emote. If you think it will, that was Shoesy, Good Fixins is saying. If you think that might translate better, let me know. If you think the whole idea looks like a guy did it on Google Drawings when he should have been working, you can tell me that too. I will not be disappointed. But I'd like to do something to replace this emote because this emote's just not really translating all that well. So anyway, that's kind of what it is. And yeah, I don't know. I think the whole point of an emote is it has to be like it's not meant to be super abstract, right? Because it's just too small of a space for somebody to look at it like it's a like it's a Van Gogh or a Rembrandt or something to figure out the meaning of it. It needs to be pretty obvious. But the ones I have on right now are just not, they're just not very useful because I just don't think people know like why we would use that. Like look at those clouds, you guys. I mean, holy cow. That's awesome. That's way cool. Lee says it's more obvious what it is, but likes either of them. So, well, what the heck. Oh, you stole that from the Nature Boy Ric Flair, TD. I should have known. Well, your feedback, as always, is appreciated. So if you have ideas, Kenny Monster had a couple of ideas that I'm going to work with. One of them's around Mr. Checklist, and one of them's around Mr. Safety. And then I've got a couple ideas like that I'm going to work with, and see if I can come up with some different emotes to keep things fresh. You know what I mean? Okay. I need to start thinking a little bit about descent planning here now, fellas. We're going to be heading into Bozeman There is no particular arrival. Right now the METAR is an altimeter of 2987. They've got winds 250 at 6. It's 10 statute miles of visibility, clear conditions. So landing to the west essentially. So that would be, for us, that'd be runway 30. So I'm just looking at this on the other side here, guys. We've got an RNAV approach to runway 30 that we could shoot. I think I'm going to put that in. This is kind of a fun little RNAV approach, actually. We're 125 out, so it might not be a bad time to get that put in there. So this is going to be the approach. We're going to spin down to 30, RNAV runway 30. We're going to use the, let's see, where are we coming in at here? I see Joxit. Yep, Joxit. Not whitetail, that's HIA is whitetail. We want Joxit. We'll load it. And let me back out a little bit here. Let's see if we can, oh, that's zooming in, sorry. Let's see if we can see where we're at here. And it's a little too far out right now. Plus, we're going straight into the Bozeman VR, and we need to actually, we'll be on this approach, or excuse me, we'll be on, yeah, this approach before we get that far. So I'm assuming we're about 100 miles out, roughly, and we need to be 5,700 at Steyr. Show you what I'm looking at here. Maybe if the J was also a different color. Oh, that's a good idea, Lee. So it was 3 different things. You'd lose the red, white, and blue. Well, and I'm not really like the red, white, and blue. Just kind of is like it just happened that way. It's not like he's a big red, white, blue fan. I just was trying to pick colors that would look good on, you know, like bold on the chat here. Green clouds. Am I flying to Jupiter? It is a little bit of a green tint, right? Isn't that what's supposed to happen? I remember clouds going green when I was in South Dakota right before we'd have tornadoes. That is a little bit weird. There is some style preferences here that I haven't messed with. There's style 2. It's high quality. What do we got? Or high performance. I don't know what the high quality. Yeah, it's still giving me kind of that green look, isn't it? High performance, what's that do? Just takes a little away a little bit of the texturing. I haven't noticed huge I haven't noticed a huge frame hit with this either, despite the fact that it's adding tons of new clouds. What I am seeing a little bit though right here, am I crazy? Is there a little bit of a repetition, like a little bit of a pattern in some of these clouds? I haven't ever noticed that before. That's a little bit, I don't know, but anyway. Okay, back to descent planning. Like right now, I'm chasing freaking squirrels, right? So somebody should be hitting me with this guy right here. I'm like a dog chasing a squirrel. 5,700 by sitter, swimmy. So that's right there. So the airport elevation, by the way, is 4,500, 4,600. So we need to be. That's basically saying at sitter you have to be pattern altitude 1,000 above. So we're coming in here. We're gonna hit Joxit, and then we're gonna go to Rainy, and then Womet. We're gonna head on a 062 to Maji, I think, and then Fibni, and then we get to Maji. So it's like a little bit of a procedure turn, RNAV procedure turn here, and we'll be descending all the while. We got to be 180 or less, which won't be a problem for us, but we're going to try to keep it. I'm sorry, no. We have to be at 180. No. Yeah, that's knots, right? I'm confused here. We should be, yeah, it's got to be knots. So speed's 180 as we go around the corner here, and we're just slowly descending. We, Womit, we need to be 9,000 here, 6.5 before Womit, and then we need to be down to 7,400 at Fibney at 68. So it's just a slow descending turn so that we're at 5,700 by Sitter. .34. Those clouds are nuts, man. Of course, it's the Saab store stream tonight, and you had to be at rehearsal. Yeah, .34 for those of you that don't know has some experience in this bird and gets to horse around in one every now and again if nothing else on the ground. But yeah, cool, man. We do bring you out the woodworks .34 when it's time. Yeah, good to see you, Tim. Enjoy rehearsal. Thanks for checking in. The clouds are nuts. We love them, even if they were a little green and kind of weird there for a minute. But school, my friend. Okay, so if I need to get to 5,700, that essentially means I need to lose, about 15,000, 14,000 feet. So 14 times 3 is going to give me 52 miles, which means here in the next 20 miles or so, we need to start that descent. I'm going to say at about 70, we'll start the descent. We are having a good time. .34, by the way. Thanks for checking in, man. It's better when you're here, but hey, I understand you got to be at rehearsal. Do your thing. How's the new song coming? Hopefully, all the notes fell into place for you. Good fixins. Can't decide what to fly. Oh, are you kidding me, Brett? I know what plane you're going to check off your list tonight. You see what I did there with the Czechoslovakian plane, the Let. He bought the Let. That's a sneaky, cool looking plane, by the way, and thank you for sharing that video. That was really good. Connor, thank you, Connor. Nixie, good seeing you, man. And yeah, appreciate you laughing at the old dad jokes, but I'll take what I can get. I think I missed some chat up above, by the way. What did I see here? The child formerly known as the junior first officer. Yeah, that's kind of what that symbol looks like, doesn't it? Although I am a big fan of Prince. I do like Prince. So here we are back in the visible moisture, kind of in and out, and me not remembering where the outside air temperature gauge is. .34. Wait, I think I found it. I think I remember. Nope, that's oxygen supply. I don't remember, but I think it's safe to assume that we're in icing range at 20,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll just put it back on. Just normal. We'll max out the windshields a little bit. I think we'll be all right. The Let is a wonky bird. Yeah, looks really cool though. I do like those details you were talking about in the video showed, about like how you don't just set the parking brake. You have to actually lift up the like it's like a wobble pump basically, and build up pressure, hydraulic pressure. It's awesome. Little things like that. Takes the RPMs a few seconds to settle down when you adjust them. Yeah, the whole startup procedure is really interesting, and then the fact that you have to you have to let one of the temperature indications has to be at a certain point before you can take off, and I mean it's really got some neat engine management things. Oh, we just got to do a little flyby here, you guys. Now it's getting kind of nice out, getting to that time. Has to warm up a bit, yeah. So to me, and you kind of made this comparison, Brett, it feels a little like that Cessna 310L, in that it's just a little bit of an older bird, a little harder to manage, has some really cool, unique sort of features on it, and Yeah, and just like it's $25, right? I mean, it's a really a well-priced plane for a team that you can tell obviously has put some work into it. Pretty dang impressive. All right, 20 miles. We're going to start the descent here. Bridger, and let me just double check here. How far is Bridger from? Bridger to Bozeman is 15 miles, so I think honestly, you know what I probably should have done is I probably should have picked up a different. Let's check on something here real fast. I'm coming now. I think that Joxit will be okay. I just can't quite tell. Joxit comes before Bridger, actually, so I probably should. Like I'm probably due to start descending right now. I'm probably only about 50 miles away from Joxit. Well, you know how I can tell? Let's just do this. Let's go ahead and go to activate approach. You know, it's just going to pick it up. We're 74 out, so we needed to start our descent so that we could get to 5,700. I'm just going to estimate that's a 15,000 foot descent, so 15 times 3 is 45. Yeah, so we've got some time. We're still 73 from Joxit, and we don't have to be down to 5,200 at Joxit. So Joxit is, I'm just counting here on the arrival. So 74 plus 5 is, or 71 plus 5 is 76. There's 82. There's 88. There's 90. There's 92. There's 90. So I'm 94 miles or so out. All right. I need to be. Yeah, when that gets to about 40 miles to Joxit, I think we should start the descent. Okay. That'll be close. Isn't it fun listening to me try to do pilot math? Definitely got the 310L vibes just from the Eastern Bloc. Yeah, it's the Czech, like a guy from Czechoslovakia took a trip to the Cessna factory and took that idea back home with him. He's like, "We got to build this plane. This is awesome. Twin engines, tip tanks, yeah, basic avionics. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be stable. They'll buy it. They'll fly it. I know what we'll do. Let's put a big triple tail on the back. That'll stabilize it. It does have that same short stubby nose, although it has the Aero. How do you say that? Air coupe. That big glass canopy there. Man, great visibility with the tail from an Electra. Yeah, maybe they had like the original plans was for a regular tail, and they're like, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is I found us a tail. The bad news is it's from an Electra. Just put it on there. It'll work for now. We'll just put it on and do the test flights, and then once we find a regular tail, we'll just swap it out. Nobody will even notice. Training myself, you went from flight level change of 180 indicated and descended at a rate of 1,000 feet per minute. So you need to start 61 miles out. Using the throttle at FLC, you're going to see if you can hit it. Yeah, cool, man. I love flight level change or indicated airspeed mode descent when you don't have an auto throttle, man. It's a great way to do it. So if you're already there, man, you must have caught and passed me. Up you right on my 6, buddy. If I can see you. You're higher than I am, though, right? You're up in those clouds somewhere. Like a true bogey. You're coming at me from behind, from the, out of the clouds. If you just had the sun at your back, man, we'd have something. Yep. Well, good luck, man. I'm sure it'll turn out well, but I think, again, you'll probably end up overtaking me here, which is fine. We'll just talk on the comms and make sure that we're not getting in each other's way. Holy fat Canada, man. What's going on in Canada? Dadgummit. They're lit up. Holy moly, that's awesome. That is really awesome. Vancouver, little Winnipeg, little Saskatoon Tower. Very, very nice. Very nice. And our friend Black Fox just about has made it in where he's going. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, no worries, Ori. Just fly your deal, man. You're faster than I am, and I'm not even doing 180 yet, so don't even worry about it a bit. In fact, you'll be as you descend, you'll probably pick up a little speed. Remember, we got to be 180 though when we get into the approach. Well, if you're flying that same approach, you could probably descend and fly the visual if you wanted to. But yeah, don't even worry about it, man. Just play your game, buddy. So can I see him anywhere? Thought I caught a little flash up there, but I don't think I did. That's all right. Look for the fireball as you approach. I think I'm ready to start heading down here. It might be a little bit early, but you don't want to be too early because there is terrain here, but you also don't want to be too late. So 5700 is where we need to be ultimately. Let me get that dialed in. And we need, and we were thinking we needed about 45, 50 miles to get there. So we're 50 from Joxit. That gives us 10, 20, like 25 extra miles. It's maybe just a little too soon, but probably not too bad, honestly. All right, we're going to do this first. Let's check the descent checklist here. The approach briefing is complete. Friction locks are going to be disengaged. Ice protection is currently on, and we're going to leave it on. Cabin pressurization is still good, 5.7. We're doing all right there. And it'll start to when we descend, it'll start to adjust as well. It's just kind of cool. We are going to go ahead and we need to set our takeoff bugs. We're looking for we're going to be right about 103 on our ref speed. So we're going to try to bring it in on the approach at about 120. And we're looking at 1300 feet a minute or so. Oh, there's the downwind sim view. Better pull your shade up there, downwind sim. You got a nice sunset going on out there. All right. I think I left the HP bleeds on. Yes, I did. That was an accident. They should have been turned off. That's okay. They're now back on. And altimeters to go. Here's our altimeter again up here at Bozeman Yellowstone 2987. So we'll be ready to switch that over to 2987. Okay, indicated airspeed mode is selected, and we will pull back on the power, and we'll shoot for again 1300 feet a minute on the descent. Just kind of keeping our speed on the VSI, and it's going to be roughly, it's going to probably end up varying between 1,000 and 2,000 feet per minute, but that'll be a good start. It's a little aggressive, but it should mellow out, and we'll just keep our eye on that here as we go. And down we go. Keep our eyeballs peeled. Also for a King Air, a Beach C King Air 200 Super. Sucker will be hopefully pushing the deer off the runway for us. Pentagon. Ah, like the currency. Ah, very good. I can't. Not quite enough dog treats just yet for the junior first officer. Yeah, the junior first officer sound clips are a little bit more expensive, but I'll give this to you, man, because that would have been a good one.
With you.
Or he can see me. He does have me in. He has visual on me there. Pentagon, good to see you, man. Skull to you and happy Tuesday. I hope all is well in your world. We are on our second ale horn of water tonight, so I'll be making several trips to the little pilot's room tonight. It's my way of getting steps, extra steps that way, right? It's a healthy thing. Okay, we're through 18, so we need to throw in that altimeter of 2987. Set once and set twice. We are also going to put the CTOTs back on. Click and click. Click and clack. And I think we need to put the autocoursing on as well. Do I not? Do I not? No, not yet. Not yet. HP valves. I'm sorry, they don't go to on. They go to auto. Auto. So we'll do that. We'll go HP valve back to auto. And auto. Did I just close them? What have I done? I might have just closed them. Maybe I did turn them off. I think I just closed them. Alright, so sorry about that, passengers. Those back to auto. How's my temperatures now? Did we warm up a little bit? Oh yeah, comfortable 24 Celsius. Very nice, very nice. How the Jenny's doing here? Right, Jen? Looks good. Doing very, very well, I think. Okay, so our goal here is to maintain 180. So we're doing good. Oh, it reset my heading bug or my speed bug for me. Okay, gotcha. We'll back on the power a little bit more. Again, we want to try to maintain a vertical speed of about 1,300 feet per minute. That's common for this plane. We're 16.1. We need to be 11.3 at Joxit. Actually, we need to be 11.3, 4.7 miles after Joxit. So if we end up getting too low here, guys, I will not go any lower than 11,300. We have 30 miles to go to Joxit, and only, you know what, we're going to be there, aren't we? I'm going to do a little step down here, 13.3. It's not the most efficient. Sorry, 11.3. But we can't be below that because mountains. And it's getting dark enough right now that we don't really have a very good visual on the mountains here. So I think I maybe get some nasty glare here. What do I have turned on? I have the dome light on. Maybe I have the dome light on, don't I? No, dome light's on there. Enunciators. I don't even know. I've got something turned on here that's giving me a little bit of glare on my windshield right now. But once I get down a little closer to the ground, it'll be okay. All right, we'll just roll with it here. Lee, yeah, it's like I wish I could apply my knowledge of all these buttons to something important, like knowing my anniversary or something like that. I should be sure my key fingers are on the proper spots on the keyboard. Yeah. I have UPI PM Volanta, but not in the sim. Oh, you're in Flight Sim 2020, so you're in that King Air in Flight Sim 2020. That's a nice one. Should be to your right. Well, we'll have the old VAT Sim delay, so I won't see you. You would have been there 15 seconds ago, or you will be there 15 seconds ago. Yep, don't see you, my friend. But I feel you. I know you're out there, buddy. I know you're out there. All right, 11.3, and we do have it auto selects the altitude for us, so we will not go anywhere below that. And we're definitely going to get there before we get to Joxit, so I was a little too aggressive, or I kind of panicked a little bit, started down a little too soon. That's okay. Like I said, better to get down there, get where you need to be. If you have to level off for a little bit, that's fine. Usually I have to level off anyway because I got to bleed a little speed off. Although right now we're doing perfect. We're at 180 and we're supposed to be at 185. So that'll work. There's 1,000 to go. So we'll hold 11.3 until we get 4.4 miles past Joxit. And then we'll go ahead and resume our descent down to 5,700. Okay, anti-icing probably can come off at this point. I think we're kind of through the clouds, so we'll turn those off. Engines can come off, and we'll just go back to normal left and right side. We've left the front, left and right front, you just have the option of on or off, so you don't really have a choice to crank the defroster up, if you will. Hey, there's my Discord link, by the way. If anybody's here that is not already connected with me, head on over, man. I really enjoy the discussion that goes on in our Discord community, and I enjoy getting to know you guys. It's been a true blessing to be able to make all you flight sim friends, and just from all over the world. It's just crazy. It's crazy how flight sim has allowed me to do that. So love to connect with you on Discord. That's really my main social media platform I use. I am a Facebook guy, but I kind of just do that every now and again. You know, I'm not a big Facebook guy. I'm a Facebook lurker, I guess, but I do like to chit chat on the Discord, on the cord, as the kids would say. All right, so increasing the power back up again. We'll keep it at about $1.80. That ought to be all right. Went a little too far, but that's no problem. Still have 14.2 to go to Joxit, and again, you can sort of see the mountains. Those mountains there, I believe, are on the far side of Bozeman. So we're probably in good shape. Yeah, you know what? I can't say that for sure. We may be. I think so. I think the airfield is just down here somewhere. Just the lighting has not rendered yet. Really wondering why you were so resistant on using flight level change for descent. It's going so smooth. Well, I think what happens, Ori, at least with me, when I first started using it, I didn't know what it meant. And so, like, I had some pretty drastic climbs and descents, and I thought it was just like, that's just a glitch on the sim, and it really wasn't. It was a glitch in the pilot. So, but yeah, once you understand the point behind it and how to use it, man, it is a really nice way to descend, and it's a very safe way to climb. You know, for those of you that don't know what flight level change mode or IAS mode is, the plane will pitch to hold a certain power. So when you're in descent, so like for me, I want to try to keep it at 180. So when I hit flight level change, the plane's going to descend based on what my speed is. And so if it needs a little bit, if I'm getting a little bit too fast or too slow, it'll adjust my speed or my pitch accordingly. But where that really comes in handy is when you're climbing out, because I mean, if you're like me, you've probably stalled out on climb out more times than you can count. But if you get to a certain speed, like if you're like a VX of 160 or 180, like our continuous climb in this bird is supposed to be 180. If I were to turn indicated airspeed on, this one has this bug where it'll try to hold the bug. But if I were to set that indicated airspeed at 180 and push autopilot, then again the plane is gonna Uh-oh. Not loving this. Am I too low? Am I gonna die? I don't like that. Pull up. I'm here. I'm at 11.3 according to the sectional. I'm good. I'm good. I should be good. Okay. I'm trusting you, Mr. Sectional. I'm trusting you. That's not loving me here, is it? Boy, tough to see, right? All right, I'll believe you. I'm gonna believe you, Mr. Terrain Warning Guy. We're gonna go to 14. We're gonna use IAS mode, and we're gonna climb. We're gonna climb. I don't think I needed to do that. I'm looking at the sectional right now, and I should be fine. I should be 100% fine. There's nothing in my area that's higher than like 10,100. But I'm gonna go up. Just I'll play your little game, Chirpic. But the problem is now I got to get back down to 11.3. All right, I think I'm past the danger. So now we're going to do this. We're going to go down to 5,700. And I'm going to use FLC mode in reverse. So I'm just going to pull back on the power. It's going to hold 180 or thereabouts. And it should. I might have to actually. I had popped into. Unfortunately, I had popped into. Vertical speed mode there somehow. Alright, so now I'm going to be a little bit overly aggressive because I was slow. There's, I think, the Bozeman Airport. So it's going to really pitch me down to get 180, and then it's going to get me into a more reasonable descent. So anyway, that's that. IAS and FLC mode works essentially the same thing. Or he's saying, yeah, anyway, downwind sims listening from the car. Yep. Al South, this is the best part of the stream when things get... So here you go. This would be a perfect time for like a Mr. Safety emote coming on there. And so yeah, you just control the rate with your throttle. Pentagon, did I see any of the teaser streams yet? Yes. Well, I see they're out. I have not watched any yet, Pentagon, but that's what I'm going to be doing tonight as I wind down for the evening. So yeah, man. What do you think so far, Pentagon? Have you seen some? What's your initial impression, my dude? Oh, that's coming on. Auto Corson's going to come on. I'm going to have to turn the dome light on. I'm sorry, I just can't see well enough up here. That looks good. It looks really nice. Yeah, I'm hoping, buddy. I'm hoping. Okay, well, we're through the danger, I hope, anyway. I'm checking my altitudes and just making sure. So I should be at 9,000. Am I supposed to be at that? I'm too low already. I should be at 9,000 prior to Womit. So I'm going to arrest my descent by adding a little bit of power. So that'll hopefully get me to more like 1,000 feet per minute so I can get back on the descent. So 9,000, 9,000 or so at Womit. And then 7,500 at Fibbit in there. So yeah, I'm like way low, way low. So hopefully by changing my vertical speed here, I'm able to get back on the vertical path a little bit. Al South working question mark, working question mark, and watching Twitch. Have there been any Payware 150 or 152s released for Musfuss yet? No. The only 152 is that JP Logistics 152, which is outstanding. And it's totally free. Pentagon watched Chewy fly today while you were working. It was very nice. Oh yeah, that's why Al South is saying working, question mark, watching Twitch, question mark. So you worked about as hard this afternoon as I did. I was working making Twitch emojis. I'm a data engineer, so I just throw it up on another monitor while working and have headphones on. Nice. All right, I don't need to set anything, by the way, for this approach, other than I am going to put 303 on the course heading because that's the approach course. Or am I? I can't spin that course around. I guess it'll do it when I activate vectors to final. It'll toss that in there for me. But if I'm being totally honest, what I'm gonna probably do here is fly this in most of the way, and then we'll just hop out and fly it manually. We'll let Manuel take it. I need to be at 5,700 by sitter. So I've got not quite 2,000 to lose. I think I'm doing pretty well. And then it'll bring me all the way, SpongeBob me, bring it around town. I think that's our airfield right over there. Again, I'm looking for, what did I say? Looking for 103 on the VREF, and I'm going to try to bring it in at 120 on the speed. I can start tossing flaps out at 150. So I do have a little bit of speed to lose here. I can put the gear down at any time below 180. I know what I'm supposed to do here. I need to turn the prop sync off. Down this low. Okay, there's our little turn. We've got about 1,000 to go. We look like we're doing pretty well. It might be just a hair low, honestly. Just a little bit low. 1,000 to go. I think we're doing all right. We'll just wake up the town of Bozeman. Not a big deal. Anagon says the Tolus 340 looks nice, but I want that Q4XP. Yeah, that's been the vote. Like it's about 6-2. -8 over the. Well, it's about 6-2 -8 over the 747-200. You're the first one to vote for the the A340. Bozeman traffic, United 816 on a 5-mile final, runway 30, Bozeman traffic. All right, you guys, let's come off the autopilot here, and let's just hand fly this bad boy. Pull power back a little bit here. Keep the turn coming. I got to get down to flaps range. I'm going to go gear first just to get some drag. And there's 150. Go flaps. First notch of flaps. Flaps 18. Speed's coming down nicely. I overshot just a little bit, correcting. Flaps 24. A little bit of a crosswind there, 6-knot crosswind. And flaps 30. Landing checklist. Auto coursing is on. Prop sync off. Gear down 3 green. Flaps fully configured. Slow and a little low, just trying to correct for that. Doing okay. There we go, back on the glide slope. Now I'm a little bit high. It's kind of how I roll. Looks like there's an aircraft on that's just taking off and climbing out. Bozeman traffic, United 816 short, final runway 30, Bozeman. Maybe that's Ori. Maybe he decided to do a little touch and go or something. All right, let's pull the power a little bit at a time here. Can't get too crazy. This thing's not really a glider. Not really hearing the call out, so that must mean I'm not doing a very good job. Down, yep, we're good there. Beta. I popped the nose up a little bit there. Again, I'm not sure why I'm getting that config warning. I've never got that on touchdown before. Interesting. My landing light's not showing up. Interesting. Alright, well, we've got some... oh, maybe because I was in beta range there. I gotta look at that. I don't know why. I thought it was a takeoff inhibitor for the departure. I'll have to go back and look at the video and see. But that's okay. We'll get out of here. We'll get off the runway and then we'll figure it out. And welcome everybody to Bozeman, Montana. At Bozeman traffic, United 816 is clear of runway 30, Bozeman. Alright, I gotta go, I think I need to go back this way to the terminal area. Yeah. Almost positive, almost positive. Stop here, just make sure. Pull my taxi chart out. Let's see, I was on Alpha, is that right? Alpha. So do I make a left? No, the left that's the GA apron. I am actually the terminal. Oh, there we go. There's the jetways. Let's get the flaps cleaned up here first. Man, I don't have hardly any landing lights, it looks like here. Turn those off. Yeah, they're not doing much for me. Okay, we'll just head over to the right, we'll find a gate, and we'll park it in there. I don't think I'm going to have enough juice to do the return trip tonight. I apologize, guys. I just it's getting a hair late here, and I do need to work tomorrow morning, so I think I'm going to bring it in here and probably will call it good. Go ahead and taxi on the grass instead of where I'm supposed to. Golly, this is dark. Well, this is probably has everything with me having the dome light on, isn't it? Turn that off. Does that help? A little bit. I don't know. Awesome airplane. Wonderful sounding airplane. Ton of fun to fly. Taxi lights are coming off so don't blind the ground crew. Bring it on in. Like I'm taxiing a little bit quick. And no marshaller, but we'll call that good right there. Alright, now if I was doing a turnaround, what I would do is I would kill the number one engine, right? So that we could get people off the plane. Keep number two going so you keep the electrical power, all that fun stuff. That's a really good spin down, by the way. One of the best in the game. Just takes forever for it to spin down. I love it. I love it. Okay, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take the lights off here. Ooh, I forgot to also turn the weather radar off. Sorry about that. Sorry for irradiating you down there. Transponder can come to off. We can Turn the avionics off. Go ahead and turn the recircs off as well. We can unarm the emergency light, which is here. Let's reset that. And passenger signs can come off as well. And then we'll just go ahead. We're calling it good. So we'll just pull the plug on that. And the rest of it will spin down. Turning towards final now. Ooh, let's see if we can see our friend Corey Darkwind making his approach. I see some lights out. Oh, I think he may already be down. Nope. I think I see some lights out there. That's going to be him. All right, let's go down there. Let's go down, take a look, and see how he does here. Let's get a front row seat to where he's landing. And while he's coming in, let me take a second to talk a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. And then I also want to say a few thank yous. There's a lot to hand out tonight. Here's the taxi light on the wheel. Yes, so it follows when you're turning. It follows you there. So that's all right. That was not Ori on the takeoff. Somebody was taking off out of Bozeman, and they weren't on the comms. So I'm not sure what happened there, but Pentagon has the A321, so we'll definitely be picking up Q4XP first day one on that. Yeah. But the Saab is very nice too. It really is. And Leading Edge Simulations, I got to give them credit. They came in and they took an add-on that was once really top of the line and kind of got a little bit old. Let's be honest, it was pretty dated. I picked it up on sale and I thought I had bought a LegacyWare product. And I was like, man, if I'd have bought this 10 years ago, I'd have been so happy. But then they came in and all of a sudden, out of the blue, they did a bunch of work. They updated it, and now it is a really solid aircraft. So yeah, it's a good one for sure. All right, so coming up for the Melvin Leroy stream, by the way, I don't know. This weekend is up in the air. The junior first officer is coming on Thursday, and I think we're going to probably do some Halloween festival things this weekend. So not really planning on anything official stream-wise. However, you never know. There may be a midnight flight or something that happens. I'll let you know. I'll let you know on the usual Discord channels what's in the works, and try to get you a little bit of lead time on that. But the next thing I have officially planned is actually coming up on Monday, November 1st. It's hard to believe that's coming up here next Monday. It's Bush League Monday. It's our grand 2-year gala celebration, and I hope you can join us. We're Downwind Sim and myself are still working out final details on where we're going, but I'll tell you what, you're going to like it. It's going to kind of be a back to the roots type of flight. And anyway, we'll put out information on downwindsim.com like we always do. But that's coming up Monday. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I think that's midnight Zulu. Oh, look at Ori right down the old. Drifting a little bit. Nice and smooth though, my friend. Well done. Beta engaged. Oh, he's right back on the stripe. Man, that guy, he's solid. Fundamentally sound. Original Darkwind. So, well done, my friend. Come on over and join me. There he comes. And then I should not be remiss, but I need to mention that even though I am not going to stream it probably, the Virtual USA Flying Club does have an event. I think it's called, oh heck, I've lost the name of it. There's something coming up Thursday. Oh no, I've lost the name of it. I'm getting my team on it right now. It is the Marsh Madness. That's right, Marsh Madness coming up, and that's on Thursday again, 7 p.m. Eastern. So a little bit of an earlier start, 2300 Zulu, and you'll get the information there on the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord channel. I also need to mention that I'm going to host an event on November 2nd. And so you'll want to tune in for that. That one will be up in the Alaska area, Kenai Peninsula area, and it'll be a lot of fun. It's a little cargo run that we're doing. Those details have also been released on the Virtue USA Flying Club. And then one last thing, just again for everybody so they know, set November 13th aside on your calendar, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing the 500 follower festival, and we will be drawing two $25 gift cards out of the hat. There's actually going to be two ways that you can win. One way is you need to be present in the stream, and there's another way though that you can be entered into the drawing if you can't make it to the stream. I want to make sure that you have a chance to do both. So that's coming up on Saturday. I couldn't have done that without you guys, by the way, and it's just all your generosity, and I'm trying to just give it back to you as often as I possibly can. It actually represents the third giveaway I've been able to do this year, which is just unbelievable to me, and it's just, again, been a wonderful year. Thank you so much. And so speaking of thank yous, Titanium Druid had a gift sub to Downwind Sim. Jet Pilot Cinnamon handed out 5 of them. One to J Drums, to Complete Freedom, to Titanium Druid, to Good Fixins, and to Scotty Bob. He also came in with a raid early on, so thank you so much, JPC. And our friend Dan, 4-day for me. Not only did he resub, he also gifted a sub to DCM 260. We did really greatly appreciate that, guys. And then everybody who was here, Ori Darkwind, thank you so much for flying along with me, by the way, over there in the Fussy Pants world. Titanium Druid, Kenny Monster. Saturday is Cross the Pond. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Good luck, by the way, if you're doing Cross the Pond. I'll be definitely peeking in on various streams, and we'll be looking intently. Ooh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to look at the Volanta touchdown report. Let's review that flight. I'm the first person into Gallatin Field. And how'd I do? Any guesses? 173 for Kenny Monster? And hey, you would have won, man. 165 landing rate of 110. I was a little quick, 109, but not too bad. I'd like to also thank Lee Metal Line for being here. Al South MIA. It's always great to hang out with you as well. Panagon, thank you for checking in late, and good luck with that Q4 XP. I expect a full report from you, my friend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to grab it on the original release day, but it'll be in my possession soon. Would like to also thank Downwind Sim, the big city fancy VR guy, for checking in, taking a little bit of time out. He's a working slob, man. That guy is working his fingers to the bone. So thanks for taking a couple of minutes out to hang with us. And then who did I miss? God, I'm sure I missed some others. Good Fixins was here. Connor Nix was here. .34 was here. Titanium Druid, I think I said already hello, but hello again. Great. I can't say it enough times. Thank you. And if anybody else, if I missed you from earlier on, it's only because I can only scroll so far back in my chat window. So I do greatly appreciate what's going on. So I want to do this. I want to go over and let's see. We've got a couple of options, actually. We've got our friend Starflies in the CJ4, and we also have our friend Sim Caesar in the T-tail. The T-tail, man, he looks like he's doing a little mad dogging. Golly, that sounds pretty good. Let's go over and all hail Caesar. Again, if you can't stay for the whole thing, totally understand, but I would greatly appreciate it if you would go ahead and just pop in, give him some raid emotes or whatever, and just say hey from the Melvin Leroy channel, and I'll see you over there in just a few, and then hopefully I'll see you back here on Bush League Monday, if nothing else. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless.
What's my next waypoint here? Bro. I wonder if I could just put the bro transition in. Melvin Leroy! And, how are you, Melvin Leroy? And then 3-5 left. ILS 3-5 left. Approach transition. Goldsy, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for helping me with that departure out of Torrance, and thank you for the suggestion for the Mad Dog. That was awesome. Golsey, take care. Our VIP of the month here, Golsey77. Thank you so much. And Melvin Leroy coming in with a